In this rare archival footage, shot in 1935, Lady Cottington explained for the only time the technique she used in compiling her book of pressed fairies.
There are people who believe in fairies, and there are people who have seen fairies, but I'm the only person to have actually pressed them in a book. To catch a fairy, one simply sat with one's book open and waited for the fairy to alight upon the page, and then you have to apply a firm, even pressure all round, quite a lot of weight. When I was younger, I used to have to jump up and down on the book, and you keep pressing until either the squealing stops or there's a sort of squashing sensation. Otherwise, if you open the book up, you'll find fairies still waggling around. It's most unpleasant. You'll be surprised what fairies will waggle at you. You must be careful not to let any bits of fairy dangle over the sides, otherwise you'll have to trim them off later. It's rather like making a pie. You must keep them dry. If they start getting wet, they start to smell.
Did you ever feel sorry for them?
Sorry for them? No, it was always very quick. I don't think they suffered much. In fact, as time went on, they seemed to rather enjoy being pressed. It was like a sport for them, you know? They used to hover in the air, making faces at me, and sometimes doing things that were rather rude. Sometimes they would show off bits of their anatomy to me, not bits I particularly wanted to see. And sometimes, if there were 2 or 3 of them, they would start doing things to each other. They would sometimes put bits of themselves into each other. I once saw a fairy put its entire head into another fairy's eye socket. It's quite disgusting. Bottoms.
Sorry?
Bottoms. They became increasingly keen on showing me their bottoms. I think I could recognize most fairies by their bottoms nowadays, which is more than I can say for people. I've never seen anyone's bottom, only fairies' bottoms. Probably one of my problems. This is where the potting shed used to be. That was where I did most of the collecting. This is where the photograph was taken. It was taken by my cousin Nicholas. He was a little bastard. He was a little bastard. He sold the photograph to the Regular. That was a weekly newspaper of an extremely sensational nature. Made me the laughing stock. Never forgave him.
Was that the only photograph?
Well, there was also this. An American cousin of mine owned a motion picture camera company. They used film in the measurement of 13.2 millimeter. Nobody ever projected it. They didn't make the projectors, you understand. Just took a photograph of me catching a fairy. I think that's it there. There we are. You can just see. I don't know whether you can see.
Thanks to the film archivists at the National Film Archive Laboratories, we were able to build a 13.2 millimeter projector, and so it is possible to see for the first time in history this unique moving picture footage of Lady Cottington as a young girl catching fairies.